Yo, this is Zero Thomas from the Lunch Break crew. I'm one of the creators of Core. You see me here right now drawing, doing my thing, trying to produce pages and, promotional art for our comic. But before I can get into Core and tell you all about it, I gotta go way back to the history of how we even got to this point. Okay, we're back in the past, to Deviant art of all places. This used to really be the spot where everybody posts their art. Nowadays, not so much because it's just filled with a bunch of AI stuff. But you get the point. You know what I'm saying? All the art is here. So right here, what you're seeing is a bunch of character designs that we did for our characters, like very early on. You see Zero, you see Slaya. You see some characters that you probably haven't ever seen before. You see Baki, when she was called Diana. See some villains and stuff like that. We really was heavily influenced by like anime, manga. You see some really crappy drawings of our characters wearing like bed sheets. Our brother really cringed at our art clothing design back then. It was really bad. He helped us get out of that. But what you see right now is what we were doing when we were doing Darknessfalls early on. And like I said, this dates all the way back to when I was in elementary school till I believe 2020. Around high school time, I got with my wife. We both had different comic book ideas, and we just combined them both, and we made Darknessfalls. That's how it gave like true life. And we just started making comics and designing characters. And when we got into college, my brother got involved heavily into it, and I made him a character named Zeke. He started helping us redesign some of the characters that you see right now. Slaya, when she had the bed sheets on, and then he changed her up into this outfit right here, and kind of showed us that, hey, you don't have to just look at manga to get inspiration. You can go to these DC artists and stuff, and I advise all you other artists to do that too. You don't have to just rely on manga artists. A lot of manga artists are actually influenced by some American artists too. So I advise you all to like dabble into other like comic book artists, like work and stuff like that. So right here, see Zero in this outfit that I designed. I really didn't design this. I ain't gonna hold you. I stole this whole straight off of Dragon's Dogma. That was one of my favorite games, man, back then. And I just modeled Zero's outfit right off of it. People thought I designed this joint, and I didn't tell them back then. But nah, bruh, I got this straight off of Dragon's Dogma, and this was dope too. You know what I'm saying? There's another picture of it. I was practicing, like I said, that DC Marvel style. You can kind of see it in the inking and stuff that I was doing there. Like I said, this is a bunch of our characters from Darknessfalls back then. Zero, Slaya, Zeke, and then a bunch of other characters that I really forgot the names of. I remember a few of them. Zendaya, and I'm not gonna even try to name them all. Kenetai or something like that. But yeah, a lot of these characters we designed, and that's Diana in there too. A lot of these characters we designed in Darknessfalls, we re-established later on for Core. So we kept some of these characters that we had in Darknessfalls, and we just reimagined them for Core. We have like some comic book pages that we did back then. A lot of this stuff we were really trying to like build up like hype for Darknessfalls back when we were like in that mode, in that headspace. You know what I'm saying? So my character Zero right now, what you're seeing, he's Asian. Right now, if you look at him, he's black, and that took a lot of like evolving and stuff like that, and being influenced by like different things in life. that happened. So my character slowly transitioned from Asian to Blasian to just completely black. Same thing with a bunch of our characters, Slaya and Zeke. Right here you see an Apple Black piece that I did with. Well, I didn't really do it with White Manga, but I did it, and because he was inspiring me back then in 2013. That was pretty cool. But like that, besides the point, our characters definitely evolved. As you can see, all this stuff doesn't look like the stuff we are doing now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the core stuff that we had for our characters, we just kind of stripped it away, and we just reimagined them in like a new light, basically. So like what you're seeing is just different pictures, like I said back when we were doing Darknessfalls, to kind of like hype it up. Comic book shorts. This was a pretty cool one where we were having our characters just put in a scene, in a situation, and stuff like that. You're gonna see a bunch of just random stuff on here from DeviantArt, from when we were just messing around, coming up with concepts, ideas for Darknessfalls. And the reason why Darknessfalls didn't work was because a lot of these ideas that we were coming up with kind of they fell in that anime trope that was getting repetitive, like the brothers hate each other, so they fight, daddy issues, stuff like that. I'm a god, or whatever the case may be. All that stuff was very repetitive, and we really wanted to kind of like stray away from that, because we were kind of getting mixed in that bowl of just a bunch of just the same stuff. So we tried to get away from that and break away from that. So we went more, once we came up with core, I should say, instead of more like towards like a different direction. But once we came up with the idea of core, I actually came up with it when I was dreaming. I was asleep. I woke up and I had that idea. I was like, bro, what did I just dream about? Like, this story that I dreamed about was crazy. It's way better than what we were currently doing. And I ran it by our team, and boom, everybody was kind of on board. Yeah, they were really kind of like upset because they did love Darknessfalls. And like I said, a lot of those elements, those concepts that we were building were dope. You know what I'm saying? And we're keeping some of that, and we're gonna transfer it over to core. All the cool stuff that we like. Right here is another cool picture of Zeke and Zero. This is where Zero was blazing. He had a little pet dog. They got bodied inside of a wall, as you can see. But we have those little funny tropes like this in our comic book. Zeke with his pet lion. Look, bro, like a lot of this stuff that we did, we had a lot of emotion to it for us back then. So, like, when we were drawing this stuff, we really had a passion for it. Like, as you can see with the a body of work, some of it's not that great, I will say, but with all the stuff that we drew for Darknessfalls, we had a huge passion for it, and to like stray away from that was kind of like crazy for us, you know what I'm saying? So, but you see it right here, like the story that we had for it was dope, you know what I'm saying? We had like different instances with stories where they were in an academy, kind of like Naruto and stuff like that, and then we had them just roaming around, doing rogue stuff, mercenary stuff. And then we had them back in the academy, but it was like some kind of like crazy secret agency type thing. Like they were wearing stuff like this when they were doing that. It was a lot, bro. It was a lot of stuff. We were trying to take it in different directions so we could kind of be unique. But all of that stuff put us in a box and made the story change too much to where we fell out of love with the story. Right now, you're seeing a lot more character designs and stuff like that. And I know you guys are probably thinking like, man, you guys went through a lot of character designs. That's because in our heads, we really didn't want our characters to be wearing the same clothes over and over and over, like how you see in traditional manga and anime. That's one thing we want to stray away from. That's one of those tropes we wanted to stray away from. We wanted our characters to wear whatever they wanted, and that gave us the freedom to draw them in multiple things and fashions and stuff like that, because we're artists at the end of the day. Drawing them in the same type of clothes kind of gets boring after a while. So we wanted to experiment, and I'm glad we came up with that idea of just like not having them always wearing the same thing. So that's one thing that I'm really happy that we did. Right now you're seeing more, just like I said, Zero's evolution, where he was Blasian and then he turned he was Asian and he turned Blasian, and I think he's still Blasian right here, and then he turned fully black. I think what made me turn him fully black, I'm not even gonna say I think, I know when he turned fully black is when my grandfathers passed. Both of them passed in the same year, and I was like, you know what? Instead of having Zero's grandfather be Asian, I want him to be straight up black, bro. So that's what made me just was like, bro, I want to put my grandfather in the comic book in some type of representation. So we went from the Asian grandpa for Zero to just a black grandpa for Zero, and then that's when we kind of just said, you know what, let's just make Zero and Zeke brothers. Let's just do it like that. They just had one black grandfather. So that's how that all came about, and ever since then we just rode with it. So like I said, all these concepts and all these ideas led to where we're at now. Zeke getting his dreads, going from afro to his dreads, Slaya going from wolf ears to locks and being Blasian and stuff like that, and then all these other characters evolving and stuff too. That's a picture right here of Zero's grandfather, and I think he's still Blasian right here too. And I think this is actually the last picture we drew for Darknessfalls, where Zeke and Zero was standing next to the grandfather, and I think this is around the time my grandfather actually passed, to be honest with y'all. So yeah, right here actually was the peak where we were like, okay, let's just refresh this whole thing, bro. Like, just refresh the whole thing. And right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, that was probably the best decision that we ever made, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, changing our comic book from Darknessfalls to Core was the best thing ever. Like, literally. And it's not like we got rid of any of the characters that were in Darknessfalls. We just transferred them over, like I said. And we just basically kept everything. But like I said, we want you all to understand that this comic book that we're making right now has been in the works for a long time, and we put a lot of love and passion into it. So with that being said, I want you all to watch the next video, because we're going to be talking about Core and how we came up with it and what it's about and how our characters relate to the new story, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to be talking about that in our next video, man. So if you guys want to see more of these, the art stuff, I can link the Deviant art profile in the description below, and y'all can check it out. Until then, y'all can subscribe, hit the bell, comment, let us know what we did right with the video and all that, and tune in to the next video. Until then, I'll holler at y'all. Peace.